Good practice again, just a lot of progress. Sometimes it's disguised, but pretty good day for the defense, obviously. And I'm really just happy with their attitude, their mindset, their work ethic, and the progress that we're making. So, a lot of good things.
Sean Holiday looked like he was out today.
I think that he was just ill. He's really been doing a nice job. We're playing him at safety, and he looks like he's got natural safety ability. He's down to about 210, which is probably a good weight for him. He was a little heavy in the off season and just really looks good, but not today. He didn't do much today. So.
You played a lot of receiver in high school. Have you thought about that, or?
You know, he and I talked about that last Thursday, actually. But he's making such progress at safety. I mean, he to me looks like a guy that can really play safety. So I mean, he's walking off now. He's just a good-looking kid. You know, he's long and he's lean and he's athletic and he's got good hands and ball awareness, and he's playing a new position for him, but he's picking it up pretty quickly. So I think we'll leave him there for right now. But he and I did talk about it. But right now, I think he'd prefer to just continue to mature as a safety.
Are you feeling good about the receiver rotation right now, that maybe you don't need to move guys around over there?
Well, you know, moving Ish over there I think really helped us, and then Austin coming on the way he has helps us, and then Theo, you know, being a really pleasant surprise early in his career has helped us, and then we've got some pretty good ones coming in, and then Alex Van Dyke stepping up, and I think Laz is coming on, so Darren's done well. I mean, I don't want to miss anyone, but I will, but I don't feel like we need to make that move right now. The numbers look a little bit down, but comparing to our linebacker numbers, and it's like, you know, we got a plethora of receivers, so I mean, you've got Jayon Brown and Cam Judge taking almost every single snap out here the whole spring. So,
from the perspective of somebody looking at what you guys are doing in the red zone or the backup, what do we take from it when we see that the quarterback's forced out of the pocket as much as he is?
Good pass rush. No, I mean, those are just situations we're working on. It doesn't necessarily affect the plays. It's like, when you back them up like that and you're working out, you're really putting a lot of pressure on the offense. When you go into the red zone and, you know, put it on the 19 or the 9 or whatever, you're putting some pressure on the defense. We're just trying to create pressure situations. We're not necessarily changing our play calling at this point because we're not game planning at all. We're just trying to create, you know, some pressure situations and some awareness to situations. But really, I think if the quarterback's getting pressed out, you can take two things from it. Number one, the coverage is either pretty darn good or the rush is pretty darn good.
It looks like the rush is pretty good.
It was today. It wasn't, you know, like I said, today the defense had the upper hand. So it's a great thing about being the head coach is you can, you know, you cheer for the side that did well.
How do you assess how Josh is just doing with some of the new stuff you guys are doing on offense?
I think he's doing well. I think he really enjoys it, and he's picking it up. And I think it's forcing him to challenge himself to learn and challenge himself to study. And I think Tui does a tremendous job with him. Just, you know, he's on those quarterbacks every single play. And to me, this is what you want to do with a guy like Josh Rosen. There's a learning curve, obviously, but I see all of those guys making tremendous strides, Mike and Matt, all three of them.
KP was saying that it's going to be more control for the quarterback at the line of scrimmage making. Is that going to be more than last year, especially? Or?
Probably a little bit, yeah. And you can do that when you've got a quarterback like Josh that's got experience and he's smart and he understands the game. And so we're giving him a chance in practice to do some of that stuff and to work the clock, you know, or go fast sometimes, because you have to do it in practice in order to be able to have a chance to do it in a game. But I think he can handle that, and I think it gives you a real advantage offensively, you know, like working the pace of the game as well as working the cadence, and sometimes going fast and sometimes slowing it down and sometimes forcing them to show their hand on defense before they want to, so then you have time on the clock to get in the right play. All those things they're pretty advanced, and he can handle it.
You talked about Ish helping out the receiver corps. Do you see him playing a bigger role than maybe you would have even expected when you transitioned him over to that side?
That would be fair to say, yes. I wouldn't say it was an experiment, but it was kind of, you know, we know he can do it. You know, let's see how much he can handle and how impactful he can be. And through, you know, 12 practices now, he looks like a guy. You know, we've said for a while we were looking for someone we could throw the ball in the flat, and they can make people miss and go make a play on their own, and that's what he looks like he can do. So.
How important is it for Mika to get those mental reps, even though he's not actually on the field? He's going to be really shadowing some of those guys that look like he was doing that on the field today.
It's important, I mean, it's important to get mental reps in film. I think it's important for him to come out here, like you're talking about, him standing behind the defense and, making it look like there's 12 guys on the field for the quarterback. At first I was going to move him out of the way, but he needs that work. He just needs to see it over and over and over and over again so that he starts to react the right way quicker.
You have the spring showcase this coming weekend. Is there anything that you specifically want the team to show the fans?
No, it's just going to really be another practice for us. It'll be controlled. We'll do some one-on-one. We'll do some move the ball. We'll set up some situational stuff. I shouldn't say no. Yeah, what I want to show the fans is that we're moving in the right direction, that they're excited about being UCLA football players, that they're excited about the fact there's going to be a crowd over here at Drake, that they can handle the crowd. It'll be a little bit more exciting than a normal practice, and that they can emotionally handle that. So it should be a lot of fun, and hopefully we get a lot of people out and they enjoy the day and see some good things.
With all that you're doing this spring in terms of learning and creating new things, would a standard spring game with you're having the offense go against the defense and playing first down, second down, and switching, but would that be of any value really?
Yeah, but here's my concern whenever you go live. When you're playing a game, you've got 11 UCLA players on the field at any single time. Hopefully not 10 and hopefully not 12. Sometimes we had 12, but you're supposed to have 11. When you scrimmage against each other, there's 22 UCLA players on the field at the same time, so you double your risk for injury. And to me, at this point in our development, that's not worth it. We can create the situations, as you've seen in the move the ball, when you go 1st and 10 and 2nd and 10 or 9 or 8 or down to 1, 3rd downs. We can create those situations that we want without having to just have 22 UCLA players at risk for serious injury every play.